The very last thing you're going to do after you finish everything else is you're going to go in and type an abstract. What is an abstract? Well, it's like a little ESPN highlight of what your paper is about. I use abstracts all the time to write papers, actually. So if I want to go to something called pubmed.gov, this is a search engine for anything you want to look at in medicine. So we can look at resistance training and supplements, which don't work, by the way, but let's see what's written on it. And you see there's 1,833 results. Well, if I look at these papers, I can't possibly read 1,000 papers, 2,000 papers. So I'm going to click this, and then what it does is right at the top, there's an abstract. This is an unstructured abstract, so it doesn't give me, it's harder to read when it's unstructured, and it's harder to write. I have you set up as a structured abstract, but this gives me a little bit about what this paper is about. Usually the last sentence tells you the bottom line up front. This study demonstrated the potential of some supplement to enhance muscle strength in older adults. So I now know what this paper is about without reading the whole paper, so it gives me a highlight. Structured abstracts, this should have a structured abstract. You see, purpose, method, results, conclusions. I put background, it's the same thing. And so it separates it out, and you can see the bottom line up front is right here under conclusions. Asymmetric bench press loads reduce chest and shoulder. So it looks like an interesting article. We won't go there. We'll go back to the paper that we're writing. At the end, we do the same thing, called an abstract. Background's just one sentence. Describe why someone should read your paper. And in my case, I was interested in Montana and homeless veterans. I picked that because I'm from Montana, and I kind of wanted to know how many homeless veterans were there and predict them, because it's got cold winters, and so it's important to me personally. You have whatever reason. You're from that state, you want to know something about it. Whatever the reason is, you give one sentence. Methods gives 4 sentences. Use the flow chart you developed to line up these 4 sentences. And I have an example here. You can fill in the rest of this example where you can put the stars here. Remember to use equation editor so that when you pull this in. So you can pretty much lift it off from here and then substitute your own information. Results, the methods give the recipe of what you did. The results give just only what you found. What you found are the values of A and D. You found the R squared. It told you whether it was a good fit or not. And ultimately, your model at least told you whether the veteran population is declining or increasing. In my case, if I look at the Montana data, my data showed that overall, the model was saying that it was a declining population. So I could put up here in my abstract that mine was declining. And bottom line up front, I'm going to let you fill that in. What should they conclude? I can tell you from my model from Montana, I would conclude that no one should be using this model to make any kind of decisions because the model was not a good fit.